Hey everyone, welcome to FREIBA Watch List, where we take a look at different stocks that our community is looking to trade. We have our traders, analysts, and investors all in our community, where you can find that in the chat. We're just posting a link here, and in the description, as well as in the live chat here, you'll see the link. Let's just get that posted. There it is. And you can go ahead and join us. Click that link. Every morning we post a watch list before the market opens. That way you'll have an idea of what we're looking at. And in that chat, we get into why, so you can access, our trading plans and things of that nature right there. So go ahead and click that link and don't miss out on the next watch list. Again, we post it every morning. So go ahead and check that out. So a monumental day for the U.S. being that the infrastructure bill is finally here. So $1 trillion is going to be put out into the markets over the next 5 years, and Joe Biden has, kind of cut the red ribbon today and unveiled this infrastructure bill now onto the U.S. markets. So what that means is it's going to affect a lot of companies with potential contracts coming up over the next coming months, and us as traders and investors, we're looking to play the volatility on some of these moves as news comes out and money starts to get dished out over in the coming weeks. So first things first, let's start off with the SPY. Then we'll go into some of the trades from today, and then we'll get into about 25 infrastructure stocks that are on our watch list as we build it out and kind of plan out some of the activity that's coming again with this $1 trillion deal. So let's get into it. So what you're looking at here is a SPY. So in the morning here, it gapped up to 469 and ended up around midday, selling off pretty hard. There was some FUD, some fear put in by, I believe it was a former Fed chair that was talking about how tapering and rates are going to start to rise, and there was just kind of a pretty massive sell-off midday, right after kind of the morning trading ended, and the stock market took a little bit of a dip, but Joe Biden ended up talking around 3 o'clock. Well, the ceremony started around 3 o'clock, so there was a bounce and consolidation into the afternoon, and this is kind of a rip into the close here, back up what was VWAP by the end of the day. We're actually going to talk about VWAP in another video, so stay tuned for that. But VWAP is volume weighted average price, which we'll get into some details. It's something that traders use on a daily basis, but there was a big spike into the close, so definitely bullish. We're squeezing back up into those all-time high territory. All-time high was that 270.65, and again, we're squeezing back up into this upper range that we had charted here, and we're kind of hitting almost like an apex point to where we're probably going to have to break to the upside. But again, with some of the fear of the markets, there still is a little bit of uncertainty, but definitely a good recovery into the afternoon for the markets, and overall we're still kind of curling here, so you can call this kind of a cup almost closing here. So this is still a bullish trend, so we're looking for some more upside here on the SPY. All right, so that's kind of the overall market. Now let's get into some of the trades from today. Some exits, as well as some active trading that we did. So first, let's go over to Fiserv. So FISV. Let's look at it on the intraday. We got in midday We saw some bullish activity coming in on this name, and we ended up taking this long, and our entry was in the 101s, and we're looking for about 105 on this, mainly uh, mainly because of the bullish activity that's coming in, and the levels from a retracement standpoint that we're looking at, again, at 105 on this. So we got in around midday, and so we're looking to swing this to the upside, and that's FISV. Next, which was fast mover that we've traded over the past couple of days. This is GGPI. There's a pretty lofty price target on this. I believe it's in the 30s. This is EV related ticker here, and you have a lot of action right after kind of this pennant broke out. So you had kind of so you have kind of a triangle here at the open, and it kind of broke out right around 11 o'clock to the upside, and so we traded it to the upside, and a couple times, and scalped it pretty good, and we're pretty happy with that trade. It's still holding up, and so we're definitely going to continue to keep this on watch, and just trade the volatility. Because it's so volatile, we're not going to take a major long position in this. We're just going to continue just to play the volatility to the up and downside on GGPI, but we do expect this to continue here. So we'll keep this on watch, but we did again make a couple pretty good trades on this. For details on our trades, go ahead into that chat room, and you can access our live trades as well. That way you can see our entries, exits, and get a sense of what we do here at Freebase. So next we're going to talk about Twilio. So we've had this on watch. We've entered the position on Friday. We got out and then got back in today. So we took some profit this morning on this initial pop here to 309, and then as it started to curl here, we acquired some, repositioned ourselves, and then it kind of broke down midday with the market and bounced pretty nicely. So we're looking for some continuation here. The goal is to get into the gap here, so we do have some levels set that we're looking at pretty closely. So Twilio is still something that again we reposition ourselves in today, and we're still long. Next, we get into MoneyGram. MoneyGram, we talked about the trade that we took on Friday. We got in and scalped it in the morning, and then we took it for a swing, and we got a nice pop out of it this morning. We exited and took profits up here around this red line, which we had previously charted. It hit it perfectly, so we broke it a little bit, but it rejected that level, came back down under it, and so we can still look for some upside, but it was mainly just a quick trade, swing trade over the weekend, and it worked out perfectly on MGI. So we're still going to have it kind of loosely on watch and let the chart form, and so again, just stay tuned for more action there on MGI. It's MoneyGram. All right, next, Rail. This is actually related to infrastructure, so actually a perfect segue. But we actually took a new position in Rail. We cut it last week and waited for earnings. Earnings came out. There was pop this morning, but in anticipation of just a sell off, just for whatever reason. But the assumption is that just some profit taking as well as repositioning for news that's to come in relation to infrastructure. So Rail is we took a new position in Rail, and as the afternoon progressed, it started to move up, and so we're looking for this to go back to the upside and continue the trend that we were looking for before on Rail. But again, all those details and our new positions and things that we're doing around this trade will be in the chat room. So go ahead and click the link in the description or the comments, and we'll see you there. All right. So let's continue with the infrastructure. So there's going to be a lot of money moving around. There's one big aspect, right, is renewable energies, which are best kind of conveyed in the electric vehicle market. And so we're just going to breeze through a bunch of tickers that are kind of related and either look good in terms of a setup or just have the hype and storyline behind it to have some potential upside movement over the next coming weeks, just again with the infrastructure bill being rolled out. So here we go. So rail is included in that. It's a low price stock, penny stock, right, under $5. That the kind of plane, trains, and automobile is going to be addressed. So rail cars, freight cars are a part of the train transit, right, as well as just again just the kind of the pipelines of the supply chain. So we're super interested in rail, and we have that position. And then let's jump into some of the others. So you have something like EVGO. EVGO is pulling back from those recent highs. The $20 level was was the next level up for this, but there's been a lot of profit taking, and so it's starting to kind of come back to this $15 level, and 15 should act as support, and so we can expect some curling and some upside with some news, hopefully, on this relatively soon. But EVGO is a charging company. So going back to infrastructure, it's an electric vehicle charging company. So that's super important to this plant. And then we have another charging company. There are a couple others as well. There's Blink, there's Plug Power, but ChargePoint CHPT is a pretty special one. So you have earnings coming up in about 3 weeks, so that gives it plenty of time to move to the upside. We have this $27 level here that we're going to be watching pretty closely, but this is a ChargePoint, a EV charging network that is one of the biggest, and we really like what they do, and some of the the brands that they serve and are partnered with. So there's a pretty good story with ChargePoint. So that is one that's definitely going to continue to be on watch. So those are two charging networks. Let's jump into some of the vehicles and vehicle components. So some of the vehicles, the most popular one right now is RIVN. That's Rivian. That's new IPO. You have a lot of new traders, a lot of investors excited about this. It just continues to make new highs. It hit 154.49 even in after hours, and we're kind of expecting this to continue to squeeze up. At this rate, you're looking at potential for about 175 to possibly even $2 before this thing starts, $200 before this thing starts to pull back. So Rivian is definitely on watch, but it's getting to be a little expensive, just from the retail standpoint. So there's going to be some there's going to have to be some new blood kind of coming into this pretty soon, as again the retail traders aren't really gonna continue to play at these levels as much as something like the other day we had a ticker that went from $5 to 30 or something like that, to 50 actually, and that was an IPO, and then kind of died down from there. So, but again, a lot of hype in Rivian, but that's another really hot stock right now. Next, you have Lucid Motors. Lucid had earnings today. We were anticipating a pullback, but the earnings ended up having a really good reaction. So we're looking for this trend to now continue. We have some levels that were actually hit perfectly. So Lucid is still on watch, and that's another EV maker. It's probably close to Rivian as far as hype. And next, we'll take a look at FSR. FSR is another one, another EV. It's run by Henry Fisker, and they're really big on design. It's been really volatile. We've been trading it for a while, so it's been charged pretty well, and it's actually bounced really nicely off these levels that we had set, and it's looking to break out and continue. Again, there's a lot of focus on electric vehicles right now, so this is definitely still bullish, and so we're looking to play this to the upside as we continue. Mullen, it's a newer ticker. It was previously NETE, so we're looking for a bounce back up over the $12 level, but we do need some news on this. NETE kind of struggled at the $12 level before, so we're definitely going to keep that on watch. And but this is another EV name. And there's a couple others. Let's see. You have WKHS. WKHS is having some legal issues, and so we don't know kind of where the story is gonna kind of lie with this. But the next level for this is obviously around $10. So we do need it to break back over at least this 850 level to be bullish again. But it's in a pretty big downtrend. But the one storyline that did exist with this was that they were going to have a contract with the post office. So electric vehicles and um, as well as a commercial aspect and a government contract. There's definitely an interesting story. So if they can get back on track, this will definitely be back on watch at some point. Um, and that is Workhorse, WKHS. So, all right, let's move a little bit quicker here. So we have Canoe. This is another EV company. They had earnings today, popped up towards the $9 level. We have a target of 963 on this right now. So tomorrow we should get some more bullish activity, and so this will definitely be on watch moving forward. All right, let's breeze through a couple other EV related names. Lightning Motors. They have Berkshire Hathaway backing, and this is another interesting ticker that we're looking at. Earnings today, popped. It's back at it will hit that $11 level, and so we'll be looking for some more activity out of this, and then we'll jump into some component names. So electric vehicle components, HYLN, they make powertrains, and this has been a recent runner. It broke down with earnings, but again, we're going to be looking for some news and some signals for this to start to reverse. So HYLN. Next is LICY. They are a battery recycling, and so this is definitely going to be on watch. We played this a couple times in the past, and we're looking for some continuation out of this, with news permitting and things of that nature. So that's also on watch. And yeah, so that about does it for kind of the EV sector. Now let's jump into some of the other infrastructure related tickers. and this will just kind of bring up the chart. Again, you can ask us questions in the chat room, so feel free to hop in there, and we'll definitely take care of you, as well as when we come up with our trade plans, specifically with details, and because we take things on a day by day, trade by trade basis, you'll be able to see that in our chat room as well. So definitely encourage you to jump in there. All right. So first, we'll bring up MLM. So Martin Marietta. So this is a materials company. And they do building materials, and so we definitely like the chart on this. It's going to be a pretty big beneficiary, we feel, for for this bill. So MLM is on watch. NUE is also on watch here. We have an obvious level at 120 that we're looking at, but we really like this chart, and so we're going to continue to dive a little deeper into this, because we're looking for this trend to continue. And again, that 120 is the target that we're looking for on that. It's Caterpillar. They make heavy machinery, heavy equipment for construction and other industrial sectors, and so we kind of have this curling bottom here, and so we're looking for it's almost like the handle on a cup and handle that needs to be built here, but on a longer scale. You can either kind of come back here and catch this curl, or just this shorter time frame here about the summer. We're looking for basically that 220 to be tested relatively soon, and that's on Caterpillar. Right, next we have United Rentals. So this is heavy equipment rental, a company that we definitely like, and we're looking for some news out of this. And again, as far as charting, we'll be kind of continuously watching this, and as new patterns form, we'll definitely continue to chart things like this. So CRI. Let's jump into OSK. So again, it's another machinery name that looks pretty interesting. It's kind of the handle needs to be kind of completed here, and so this is also on watch. It's OSK. BIP, which is Brookfield Infrastructure. They're a pipeline company, so as far as natural gas, things of that nature, we think that there's going to be some activity in this name. I mean, it's pretty nice chart. It's moving up. It's in a channel, and it's kind of at the bottom of that channel. So we're looking for some upward movement, and we actually have a gap to fill as well. So this is looking pretty interesting. All right, a couple others here. EXP. So this is Eagle Materials. They do construction materials. They're at all-time highs, but we do expect some continuation here, maybe after some consolidation. So this is EXP is definitely on watch here. Let's just all right. Next up, we got WSC. So this company does. So this is Will Scott. They do modular office space and storage space. So for the construction and industrial industry, as new sites get built, and this company is definitely a big factor in that. And the chart looks really good as well. It's finally kind of breaking out after about 6 months of consolidation. So we can expect there to be some more upside in this. especially again with the bill here. And that is WSC, and a couple others. So these are next two are actually ETFs. So the first one is grid. Grid we've talked about before, um, but you know it kind of speaks for itself. So this is more the actual grid, so electrical grid and things related to that. It's an ETF based on that. So we had recent highs, a nice V bounce, and it's holding this trend line that we have here. And so we're looking for a continuation out of this. It's an ETF, so it's slower moving. There, has been some selling, but again, with this new bill, we can expect the trend to kind of continue in the upward direction. And then the other ETF is PAVE. PAVE is more based on roads, hence the name, and again, pretty close to these all-time highs again, similar to the grid ETF. And so but there still is basically this channel on the upside that that needs to kind of be respected, and so the curl back up into the 30s relatively soon is kind of what we're looking for. But this thing has definitely looks like it has some more upside to it for sure. Those are two ETFs. And then lastly, we'll jump over to a related sector, to just the whole renewable energy and something also that the infrastructure bill is going to be addressing. And there was also some news on this name, but this is First Solar. So First Solar kind of has a downward channel here, and that can easily kind of be drawn as almost a falling wedge, but it's a downward channel. So we're looking for a breakout from this. The first level is about 115, so we're looking for that relatively soon on FSLR. But there was some news on it today. Got some upgrades, and we have I think one, for example, right here, $140. So some very bullish activity and sentiment on FSLR, and so that's definitely going to be on watch sooner than later. So so look out for that. And yeah, there you have it. That's about 25, maybe even a little more infrastructure related stocks that we have on watch here at Freebase. So thanks for tuning in to Freebase Watch List. We really appreciate it. But if you have any specific questions about any tickers, or you want more detail about what we're looking for as far as price action on these tickers that we talked about, or any others that you're interested in, again, hop into the chat room. Link is in the description. And also don't forget to follow us on all platforms at Freebase. And again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.